The U.S. southern border wall, one of President Trump's most notable campaign promises of 2016.
Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that wall.
We are going to build the wall, okay? Don't worry. Don't even think about it.
Don't even think about it. The president's strong stance on immigration is part of what got him elected. So with 2020 just around the corner, how much of that promise has been fulfilled? Here to weigh in, former special assistant to the immigration commissioner, El Conservador, George Rodriguez. Good morning, George.
How you doing?
Hey, good morning. All right, so you heard the president there say build the wall. We're going to get it done. How far along in the process is the Trump administration in terms of the southern border wall?
Well, relatively, it's been very, very slow, and there's very little new wall been construction. However, the problem is that it's not his fault. We've got lawsuits constantly, as well as we've got states like California that refuse to assist and allow it. It's not his fault that the wall has not been built yet, and we recognize that. I mean, all of us know exactly how the Democrats have been screaming and yelling about the wall and about open borders, and how they have been facilitating illegal immigration. So, you know, this situation that the wall is not built yet and that it's a failure of his promise, that is not so. He has been doing everything he can to secure the border. The wall, of course, is one component of it, a very big component of it, and we have he's done a marvelous job of curtailing illegal immigration.
Yeah, you know, we just flashed up the number. The Custom and Border Protection Commissioner, Mark Morgan, said that the Trump administration has built about 93 miles so far, and 90 of those miles are replacing a wall that was already existing. But in terms of structure, how much stronger and more effective will the president's new wall be than the old one that it replaced?
Well, I think it's going to be a whole lot better. I mean, from what I've seen, and I've seen the new construction, it's marvelous. I think it's going to be very, very effective. And again, the wall itself is not going to be just the only component to securing the southern border. There's going to be other aspects of it. So other things like technology and hopefully more Border Patrol agents. But I think it's very effective. I mean, the leftist media would love is constantly trying to say that it's not effective. I think it is.
Yeah, you know, we haven't talked about the border wall in some time now. Why do you think it has taken a backseat to other issues now? When, if you remember, in the summer, it was the only thing that was on the agenda of the news media and the Democratic candidates as well as President Trump.
Well, because I think that they're beginning to recognize that it's not an issue. It's not a good issue for them politically. You know, you've got folks like Beto O'Rourke that has dropped out. You've got Julian Castro that just cannot get any traction. These folks, you know, were very, very vocal in attacking the wall and attacking immigration, border security, and you know, they're losing the Hispanic community. They are really, really. First of all, we are not a monolithic group. A lot of us are already very Americanized, and we recognize the need for a secure border. And these folks keep pandering it seems like, to illegal immigrants more than to citizens. They want to give free health care. They want to open the border. You know, and this doesn't sit right with folks who are of Hispanic descent, who have to compete for jobs and resources, who have to feel the problems of crime, of illegal immigrant crime in our neighborhoods. I mean, these things don't sit well with us.
You know, that's so far. I was just going to ask you that very question about how these progressive policies really play out in terms of Hispanic voters, and you answered just that. The number of illegal immigrants has drastically dropped since the summer. So what is the most effective thing that the president and the Trump administration has done to achieve that?
Well, I think the number one thing is is the whole issue of catch and release, is the asylum program, where people have got to wait in Mexico rather than coming into the United States. I mean, for a long, long time, we had people just coming into the United States, getting an asylum hearing, and then disappearing, and that's not happening anymore. The other thing is the issue of family reunification. I mean, there were so many fake families coming across. They were also utilizing children, to get into the United States. These efforts, these policy changes by the Trump administration have had a tremendous impact in curtailing illegal immigration and folks coming into the United States and then disappearing into the fabric of our society.
It is sure to be a conversation on the 2020 campaign trail. George Rodriguez, thank you so much for joining us.